Good morning, LAP. It's Thursday, July 29th, and we got another hot one going on today. Please try to make sure you keep yourself cool and hydrated. We know we got the Gatorade shortage, and there should be plenty of waters, so continue drinking, continue packing all the essential stuff that you need. The committee, as you know, has changed areas. It's on their 6-month rotation. They're trying to get things caught up in their mail, in the new area, the new people, and the new issues going on in those areas. We're working on an update. We'll try to get an update passed out next week for everybody. Just kind of go over and highlight some stuff if they're not on the videos or not on Facebook to get any of this information. Ford did make an announcement yesterday about no additional down weeks as of right now. So until we hear something different, I'll pass that along. As of right now, we are working next week, and the rumors are still running rampant, so it's hard to say what's going to happen until it does happen. You only control what you can control and control what you can take care of that day. So we'll begin with the order bank, which you'll be glad to hear. Escape, $54,947. Corsair, $8,337, for a grand total of $63,284. So the orders are definitely coming in for our Escape, but if you go to any of the Ford lots, you know that they're all low and hardly have any vehicles whatsoever. So they're ready for our vehicles. We just got to build them and get them to our customer. And just kind of giving, those are all 2021 orders. 2022 has got pushed on into 2022 right now. So we got to the end of the year to keep building the 2021. So the plant shoots for about 1148 a day. That's both shifts. So that's 5,740 per week and 22,960 for the month. So no breakdowns. We go 8 hours. We get those numbers. That's what we build in a month's time, in a week, and in a day. So that's our goal, to get that out every week and meet our goal and meet our objective and get those vehicles out to our customer. Our KTP brothers and sisters across the plant, their order bank is well over 200,000. Just Super Duties alone without the Navigator and Expedition is 178,000. So we got plenty of people out there that want our vehicles and are ordering our vehicles. So as soon as we get the chip shortage and all the constraints with all of our vendors and their manpower that they're having also, get all that caught back up, you can probably better believe every plant in the Ford system will be on overtime until we get caught up. Robocall. The UAW Local 862 put a robocall out last week. If you did not get that robocall from the UAW hall, then that means we do not have your correct information. So we need you to call the UAW Local 862 hall, 502-969-9136. Talk to one of the secretaries, check your address, your phone number, make sure the area code's right, make sure all the numbers are right, because we had a couple that had different zip codes on their address that needed to be changed. Just, putting it in, I guess they got fat fingered and got something else. The reason for the call is the one member, one vote initiative that's coming down. So I'll read over one of the letters we received just so you can know. This consent decree mandated a referendum will be held UAW wide. This referendum will decide on how members will vote for their UAW International Executive Board members for years to come. As you're aware, delegates of the UAW convention decided who occupied those positions. However, this referendum will give our membership the choice of who will vote directly for the candidates that will be on the International Executive Board. The system of electing International Executive Board members directly is what's called one member, one vote. So that's what will be coming up shortly here in the fall for all the UAW. So we're trying to make sure we got all the correct addresses for the mailing, the correct phone numbers to get out and let everybody know when the vote's taking place, how long the vote's been taking place, because that's all going to be mandated to us. So that's what the Robo Call was about. Okay, so COVID update. We knew it was coming. I mentioned it last week's video because of, the rumblings in the different states that were already asking. The mask will be mandatory starting Saturday, July 31st. So 2 days away. So masks will be located in all the entrances, and they're putting in additional containers for additional masks. Your supervisor will, if they're out, your supervisor will have masks at their desk also. And the supervisor is the one that will be calling, let them know, hey, they're out. They'll be the ones getting the extra mask and getting the things filled up at the entrances. So we know in the very beginning, when all this takes place, when everybody returns back Monday, if everybody grabs their week supply, it's going to be out real quick. So we'll try to get those filled up as fast as possible. There's going to be issues in the beginning, but go see your supervisor. If there's none in the entrances, see your supervisor, get you a mask. You should still be doing the COVID-19 survey daily as you come into the plant. So if you're doing that, please do. Most likely with this last mandate coming out, because our increase in COVID cases here at the plant are also increasing, as well as the state. Most likely the gym and the cafeteria, those launch dates that we had are all going to get pushed back further later in the year. So if you haven't got vaccine, please try to reconsider and get the vaccine. That's one of the things with this Delta virus going around. We don't want to see anybody, any UAW members or anybody get infected with the Delta virus and get as sick as what I've been seeing on some of the TV shows. The ones with the virus, they're getting a little bit sick, but nothing like the Delta virus is putting people in the hospital. And our death rates are climbing back up to where we don't want them. Water and Gatorade, as I mentioned earlier, as you know, we're already feeling the effects of the Gatorade shortage. If you watched my video last week, I hope you had an opportunity to get out and maybe stock up on some packets, stock up on some Gatorade, because you go in there and a lot of the shelves are starting to be bare. There hasn't been, we've talked to Aramark that does the vending, and they still have not been approved. They got orders in just for us alone, 30,000 bottles right now is what they have on order for us, and we're in the system in the pecking order waiting to get our order. This has been one of the hottest weeks and roughest weeks for the vending company, because last year was not as bad as this year to try to keep up with. They've been working around the clock, loading, unloading trucks of water, loading up their cart, taking their cart, filling up a vending machine. A vending machine holds roughly around 400 bottles. That's about how many fit on their cart at one time. So they've been doing a great job trying to keep it caught up. Just, the computer system, it's attached to the computer system, so there's little glitches we've had in computer system. The 400 gate just all over the place has to be reset. So if your Gatorade machine or water machine is not working, go around the back, unplug it, plug it back in, hold the reset on it, see if that does it. If that doesn't do it, you need to contact health and safety or your bargaining committee. We're all on a GroupMe app that we can text the vending company, and they've been very responsive about getting to those locations that we have issues or that are out or that are not working properly. So if you see them out filling them up, they're doing the best they can right now. Please just say, hey, thank you and appreciate them. So Ford Motor Company's put out a few notices this week. You may see them hanging up on your team boards, your group boards over by the supervisor's desk. One of the first ones they put out was radio etiquette. So if you got one of the radios, they all come with a number on, they come with a number right on the inside of the battery. That number is given to me. That number is given to you. So every time you key that mic on the radio, it keys that number in time in the computer system, so they know exactly who keyed the mic, who said what, time stamped. They heard it on the radio. They know who the radio belongs to. So if you say something or you do something inappropriate on the radio, they know exactly who it's coming from, because nobody else should have your radio unless you're on vacation or whatever, somebody's filling in for you. But then that's easily to be tracked down to 1, 2, maybe 3 people. So Ford Motor Company is able to track down the radio that you are using if something inappropriate gets said. So I don't know what pushed this initiative, but just watch what you say on the radio, be professional, because they know exactly who's using it. And on that same note, all the material handling vehicles, the banana boats, the turtles, your forklifts, your tugs, all those vehicles are able to be tracked in IVACs. They know exactly where that piece of equipment is anywhere in the plant, what route it's taken throughout the day, how long it's set in one location. So if you think, oh, I'm getting extra break, extra lunch, getting stuff out the door, understand they know exactly where that fork is parked and how long it's set there, if you didn't already know. So pay attention what you're doing on the radio, and if you're driving one of the material handling equipment, make sure you understand them. Appropriate work attire. That bulletin also came out again. So if you please make sure you pick one up in labor or see your supervisor for some of the updated changes. I'll go through just a few of them that I highlighted. For like footwear, it should be leather or like leather shoes that cover the whole foot. Sandals, no. Flip-flops, no. Open toe, no. High heels, no. Deck shoes or moccasins, those are no's. Pants, either full-length pants or shorts. Yoga exercise pants are acceptable, however, they must not be see-through or real thin or be revealing. Appropriate undergarments should be worn, and those undergarments must not be visible. Shorts used to be, within 2 weeks of the knee, so now that's changed. No shorter than mid-thigh and should be loose fitting. Shirts, coveralls, tank tops are permitted on the plant floor as long as they provide the required coverage. Halter tops, open back, tube tops are not acceptable. They cannot have profanity, inappropriate language, insensitive language, or clothing is not permissible. All shirts should not be see-through and made of extremely thin fabric. So there's several more things on here. Those are the top bullet points. With the hot weather coming, I'm sure, try to wear you something loose, baggy, but of course, not too thin, and it has to cover up most of your body. We'll go over quality. We've had a few things in quality go on. Supervisor tells you, not to write up something. Please tell them to get a hold of your quality rep. Politely say, I do not ship poor quality to my customers. You can send the UAW quality rep out here, and I'd like to discuss it with him. That'll be Mike Sondergeld. You can reach him at 502-357-3588, and the quality hotline number for the plant is 502-364-3893, and that goes straight to the quality manager, and we'll get some attention addressed. Mike's very good in what he does, very passionate, and does a great job. So if you end up giving him a call, he will come see you and see if what you're calling is a good call, and if it's something that we're already getting in warranty that we need to be calling. I got a call from Autotruck Credit Union over there. We've had 3,742 employees' accounts where you had automatic deduction set up going into your savings account over there at Autotruck canceled because when we went on layoff, Ford at P Deducts just decided to cancel that. Since we weren't working, they weren't taking out the deductions. Instead of just leaving it in, they canceled it. So in order to get that started back up, if you haven't noticed in your check yet, you have to go over to Autotruck and fill out a whole nother form. We're working on getting a hold of P Deducts and finding if we can't get somebody up north to stop doing that. If you want that taken out every week, to stop canceling it, so when we do come back from a layoff, it's already there. Direct deposit. You can now do the direct deposit if you didn't know from the payroll site. Log in there, and where it says pay stub, you go over to the right hand bottom corner of their box. It says more with 3 dots. Click on that more, go to direct deposit, and you can put the new bank account information in. Please make sure you don't close that old bank account, open a new one, because it's going to take 2 to 3 weeks before that to be set up and your check to get deposit there. You close that account, your check's going to be in cyber world, and it's going to take, you have to wait 2 weeks for it not to clear to get a new check issued. So you unfortunately leave both accounts open. Maybe the one just do not have no deductions taken out of it. Let the bank know you're closing this account. It's only for deposits only. So you don't lose your money in the cyberspace and have to wait extra weeks. Password reset while we're back. If you haven't already, need to reset your password. You can use any implant phone, and if you'd rather not speak to somebody from a foreign country, you just want to do it electronic, it's very easy. So you dial 863-44957. You'll go through some prompts through that. Put your CDS ID in by numbers. You'll reset your password. You'll need the CDS of your supervisor or labor relations. So if you go in labor relations, you can use the phone on the counter, type that in, and then they got their CDS IDs right there on the counter. You can send the other half to them. They get it instantly. Change your password right there on the computer. Very easy, very quick, and you don't have to speak to somebody from another country. So the state fair, a lot of questions going on about the state fair. Ford management at LAP has decided not to participate or sponsor the Kentucky State Fair, so we will not have a booth, and without having a booth and being a sponsor, you do not get the discounted tickets for the fair. So I apologize for that. We did request to be a sponsor so we could get the employee the tickets, but that did not come true. 2020 perfect attendance, we got with Ford management again, told them here we are going on the 8th month, waiting on our 2020 perfect attendance awards. So we're trying to push them to get something ordered to get it out to the membership that had perfect attendance in 2020. So that has not been forgotten, and there will be something coming your way. The 2021 Veterans Day, we've already notified the company you're three and a half months out. We need to get something designed, picked out, and ready to go for our Veterans Day. Not where we're waiting almost a whole nother year to get the veterans what they deserve. So we've gave them notice to get something in the works and get it here now. So we have it for the veterans on Veterans Day. Last but not least, the Labor Day picnic coming up at September 6th, Kentucky Kingdom and Hurricane Bay. Adults are $15. Kids 36 inches or less get in free, but if they are going to eat, they will still need a $15 ticket to eat with the free soft drinks and the lunch buffet. Parking is $10 at the gate. If you go on the UAW 862 app or any of the posters throughout the building or at the hall, they got a little QR. You can scan that QR, go on, pay $5. It'll give you a code and save you $5. You go up to the gate, show your code, they'll verify the code, go on in. So I'll save you $5 there, and it should be a great time for you and your family. There's also the zoo's going to be holding some extra discounts on that same day. If the Kingdom's not for you and you'd rather do the zoo, there'll be discount tickets available for that. And while you're over, check your personnel file, make sure your stuff's up to date and correct. So I'd like to tell everybody, please try to stay as cool as possible as you can. If you feel yourself getting weak or dizzy, please sit down. We will call medical, get somebody out there, get you some cold rags, and take care of you. Please, worry about your safety. Your safety is the #1 priority here. The trucks can wait, but we want everybody to be safe and be cool. So as you prepare for the next day coming in and the next week coming in, make sure you got everything prepared with your additional drinks, your towels, your water towels, your ice bags, your ice packs, everything you need to try to stay as cool as possible while we have to work in the heat. On behalf of myself and the committee, I want to say thank you for what you do, and God bless.